electromagnetic frequency protection. Pyramids that you can see right here, and spheres, and even bracelets.
And there is serious, and I mean serious, evidence to suggest that people are suffering from radiation sickness.
Wherever you feel like you've got electronic Bluetooth devices, Wi-Fi devices, or even microwave.
I believe that we've been being affected by radio frequencies since the 1900s when the Spanish flu hit.
The 99% Unite group, I do have a special 10% off code for you.
People are dying, but they're not dying from what people think they're dying.
Because they've got like this elastic, so I don't think they would break at all. And if it can minimize, you know, the risk of EMFs, go treat yourself for being part of an awesome movement, and also to protect yourself. I see these as investments.
And g'day everyone, and Attack 76 here with some anxious Aussie commentary. Thought we'd have a bit of a look at this. I'm a bit concerned that no one is questioning some of the things people are coming out with and the things they are doing, particularly when it is being associated with politics completely unrelated to the ideas these people have. Most recently, we saw one of our Australian alt media people coming out saying, oh, they're just targeting these two 99% Unite leaders because of their objections to the lockdown and their freedom fighting and whatnot. And they've accused them of selling crystals. Well, it's a mineral, but they are actually selling these, and they're selling them on the proviso that they will protect you from 5G. Now, if you're unaware, the 99% Unite group delve into every conspiracy you could possibly imagine and connect them all together and mash things together, and they don't believe much in providing evidence for a lot of their claims. If you go and have a look, I should link their Facebook later. You should just go and read through the comments on some of the posts and things in there. It's just astounding, amusing, concerning, some of the ideas that are being promoted. But yeah, so I just wanted to show people, yeah, these guys are selling this stuff called Shungite. It's this rock that supposedly comes from Russia. Now, you can buy it from all sorts of sources online, and I'm not saying whether he's got it from an actual proper source or not. That's really irrelevant. The fact is they're promoting it as something that it's not. And with 66,000 people following them and thousands of people who are enamored with Fanos himself, this is another thing. Go and watch some of the videos, look at the comments and the things people are saying. Fanos is running a thing that COVID isn't a real thing, and the symptoms that are being suffered around the world, the people that are dying are being killed by radiation poisoning. Okay, so that's Fanos's thing. And then you've got Raphael, his sidekick, who's all of a sudden made a bulk order for this stuff called Shungite that will protect you from 5G. Yes, I know Bruce from elsewhere, and I actually think that chat and Discord will give people a lot more than I can, but you know, I can't seem to get people to go and look elsewhere, so I'll try and muck my way through it in my terrible way. It does indeed, Jason the Griffin, but the problem is it doesn't take many people to adhere to their ideas or to get caught up in their ideas, and we see things like, and I'm not saying they're directly responsible for this because they're by no means the only group pushing this, and I do think there's things that should be looked at when it comes to the rollout of all these technologies. But we've already had one tower burnt down here. There's been towers burnt down in the UK. And if they don't think there's a contagion, and I know Bruce at least would sort of agree with me here, there's things we don't know about this virus. And I keep trying to point out to people, you know, I'm sure when polio first hit everyone, they didn't think that people would be suffering the impacts of that for the rest of their life. And there is a potential here for that. And and that's the other thing, people talking in absolutes. The media do it, politicians do it, but our side's doing it as well. And neither side is actually correct more often than not. They're misleading their viewers, listeners, fans, whatever. So I've put together a bit of a thing. It's been raining here, so I'm hoping the dogs will be quiet, but if they don't, there should be enough in the pre-prepared bit. But I do have some other bits I wanted to add in there. We'll see how the noise goes. I can't really make them go outside. They just bark at my window instead of lying at my feet. So without further ado, let's have a look at this. And I have given an example of someone who's can't believe that the mainstream media would possibly say that there could be some sort of con, or they could be taking advantage of fear that's being generated at the moment. And there is a lot of fear being generated out about 5G, whether it's justified or not, yet to be seen. The same goes with the virus. You know, it could be a lot worse than even the worst fearmongers imagine. We've yet to get there.
And obviously, going forward with the media targeting of people such as yourself, Fanos and Raphael, they were basically, it was the Australian, they were accusing Raphael Fernandez of selling crystals to protect yourself from the coronavirus and 5G, and implying that he's some con man scam artist.
I did a bulk order for Shungite about a month back. I got the website set up, got the photos, and now the products are finally here to be sold and to be helping you out when it comes to electromagnetic frequency protection. And especially as we're heading into this age with 5G technologies, how we're going to be surrounded by them, especially in our homes. So just to let you guys know how I actually use my pyramids that you can see right here, and spheres, and even bracelets. So pretty much when I'm studying, I have the sphere right by my desk because it does cover some meters, like a few meters across, right by my desk because it does cover some meters, like few meters across. I have the other pyramid right next to my bed on the other side of this camera right here, which is this pyramid. And really you can just have them wherever you feel like you've got electronic Bluetooth devices, Wi-Fi devices, or even microwaves. So you can have this where your Wi-Fi is as well, or where you typically have your head just say overnight. Like I'll put mine next to my bed just because I usually have my phone next to me. So this whole video is about showing you the products here. And if you are interested and you're part of the 99% Unite group, I do have a special 10% off code for you. And I've also let Fanos know that I want to do this where 10% profits from these products are going to go straight to the 99% Unite account for Fanos to decide what to do with it. Yeah, so they're quite awesome. Yeah, they're very, like, they're going to stay on. I know that they're quite hardy because they've got like this elastic, so I don't think they would break at all if you did want to decide to wear it while you're sleeping. But yeah, just I felt like these would be important just because we always have our phones in our hands, and if it can minimize, you know, the risk of EMFs for your body, that is the best thing that we can do, especially because 5G, when it comes to this technology, these towers are actually going to be facing directly at your devices while you've got them right in front of you. So it's different to like 3G and 4G in a way. So this is the usual polished Shungite bracelet. There's also one of these I got, which is the Petrovsky Shungite, which is a much higher quality Shungite. It's like the highest quality.
It's not the highest quality Shungite, it's a mid-range Shungite. The highest quality Shungite, they can't even really shape or anything. Yeah, but anyway, that's just one of many things that he lays claim to.
Shungite you can get. I also have these pyramids. So these are actually great, and I do have a special. If you get 4, you're going to save yourself some money, so go check out bellyarchy.com. Got this one as well. This one's, yeah, a lot heavier. So this is the 7 centimeter. Now the spheres that I have, these actually come with stands. So I'm going to show you the stands, how they look. So this sphere, which one was this? This is a 6 centimeter radius sphere. So this is like quite awesome, quite heavy as well, and just like perfect for your desk or perfect by your bedside. Last but not least, I have this one's like quite special. It's like, it's a lot, this one. So this is the 10 centimeter radius Shungite sphere. So this is awesome. This is like legit. Not that, like, these are incredible, but this is just like a massive piece, and it's like quite heavy as well. If you do get 4 of any of the each, you're going to save yourself a fair bit of money. So just keep that in mind, because like, just say if you live in a household with your family, then you could have one in your room, one in your siblings' rooms, parents' rooms, in the kitchen, or yeah, by the Wi-Fi devices or whatever you want to use it for. So I feel like that's why if you can order 4, like, they'll be great, instead of just like getting one for yourself. But either way,
I think I left him telling you there, Crescio. But you're probably better off going to one of the Russian suppliers or the other Australian supplier that's out there. You will, and yeah, probably the Russian one. Then you know you're actually getting the real stuff. Apparently, there's a lot of fake stuff out there, and his top quality stuff isn't actually.
it doesn't even matter. It's like, it's for personal preference at the end of the day. And I think that's all I sort of got to show. So go check out the website, bellyarchy.com. Be sure to put in 99% Unite code for 10% off for yourself. Go treat yourself for being part of an awesome movement, and also to protect yourself. I see these as investments, you know, and
Well, I was going to get into that after, Bruce, but yeah, I went looking for some scientific evidence as well. And there is some stuff there about water purification and things like that, and having oxidative qualities and whatnot. But when it comes to EMF, he actually links on this video to a site, I think it's called Beat EMF or something like that, which then links to the abstract of a study on, it says on rats, but it's actually on 2 rats, a control and one that got shielded. Yeah, Faraday cages would probably work. Thunderfoot's actually done some really good videos on this. As I said, I don't think I'm really the one to be doing a lot of this, but anyway. Yeah, so it was 2 rats, and I can't actually find a copy of the full study. I did find a review of the study, which was from a site that was using it as proof that it works. But they didn't say how the rat was shielded. Like, I've got a clip near the end where if you know, if you've got something surrounding the little rat all the way around, it is going to reduce the exposure to some degree. So yeah, anyway, let's keep going with this, and I've now gone all backwards from what I was going to do.
really hope that they provide you with the protection you need, and that it positively impacts your life. But yeah, I'd love it if you guys would go get yourself one, go grab yourself a bracelet, grab yourself some spheres or triangles, sorry, pyramids.
All right, so there's actually heaps and heaps of these for sale. If you go and put Shungite bracelet or whatever in, you can buy them from, it's supposedly the real deal, from like a few bucks to as much as you'd feel like spending, as with most things. But I thought I'd show you one. These guys actually have a shop that is supposedly in Russia, and they put this stuff in absolutely everything. So I thought I'd show you their ad. I did want to speed it up, but the guy's accent and the recording's a bit funny, so I had to leave it at its proper pace. But you can get Shungite in everything and for everything. It does everything. It really does.
A fortress in which you feel safe and protected all the time. However, in the modern world there are so many threats which can endanger our home: technological, physical, metaphysical, energetic, and so on. That is why we are in desperate need of some tool which will help us create a protective shield around our household, and the perfect solution for that is Shungite. Shungite is a unique stone found almost exclusively in the Republic of Karelia in Russia. It is well known for many powerful properties, and the main ones are filtering, cleansing, and protection. Shungite can help you get rid of bacteria and toxic elements, especially in water, and will shield you from a number of negative influences, including electromagnetic fields or EMF and 5G radiation. Shungite also protects your food from negative influence of all the kitchen appliances.
Well, it's funny you should say that. Sorry, I'm replying as as your comments are appearing on my little screen. Most of these people appear to be into wealth and prosperity gurus. Very true. And just to add to that, Fanos tried to start a Be Your Best Self YouTube channel a few years ago. And Raphael runs some well-being to wealth university thing. That's their other little sideline things. I don't think Fanos does his wellness be your best self thing anymore, but
Shungite food stands, your nutrition will receive a great positive boost. First, you can simply put an Elite Shungite stone at your nightstand, where it will guard you all night. Elite Shungite's action radius will be plenty to cover you from head to toes. Another thing that you can do to make sure that your night's sleep is an effective one is putting a tumbled Shungite stone under your pillow. The stone is smooth and without any rough edges, so you won't even notice that it is there. It will not only protect you at night, but also get you rid of nightmares and sleep disorders. The best way to improve on taking a bath is by taking a Shungite bath. All you need to do is to put some Shungite powder in water, and it will purify the water for you. Shungite bath will give your health a proper boost and rejuvenate your skin. Even more effective is implementing Shungite cosmetic products in your beauty routine. Shungite Cosmetics is made in a way that combines healing and protective properties of Shungite with natural products of the north, like herbs and berries. These cosmetic items include products for hand, foot, face, skin, and hair care, an array of shampoos, creams, scrubs, soap, and many more.
so at least Raphael's only saying that it's helps your work productivity, is good for your health, and protects you from 5G and EMF. So doesn't it look? They put this stuff in everything apparently.
All of this will give you a breath of freshness we all desire every day. It is also a great tool to shield yourself from EMF and 5G radiation in the living room, usually full of gadgets and electronic devices. As we've mentioned, Shungite is a great means for shielding yourself from EMF, and in a place like study, where we work or think hard on difficult problems, we need to be protected from negative outside influences. However, we still need our phones all the time today, so Shungite phone stand is a perfect solution for shielding ourselves from our phone's EMF. And like every other Shungite item, it looks perfect and will fit any interior. Yet we bet that your phone is not the only electronic device in your study. After all, no one is working with pen and paper anymore. And all these devices, like laptops or PCs, emit dangerous EMF that will cause a lot of harm to your health in long term. The simplest solution is to put another powerful Shungite item, for example Shungite Cube, at your workspace. The form of a cube helps Shungite to spread its protective shield in all directions at once, and it's also perfect for storing little things on top of it. These are the simplest things that you can do right now to protect your home.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so should we have a look at a couple of as Bruce said, there's really doesn't seem to be much in the way of actual evidence on this thing, but we'll have a quick look at what I did do is I found a couple of different sites and things that are right into the 5G and EMF is bad who go and debunk some of these things that hit the market. Here we go. I need to swap windows to the other one. There we go. All right, so these guys are actually right into trying to stop wireless and all the rest of it. And they've actually got a whole thing on Shungite here. They tell you it's a hydrocarbon-based rock. It's has, I don't know how much it's been used for a very long time to purify water because it's got buckyballs in it. I laughed so hard I didn't realize at first when I was reading fullerenes that it meant buckyballs, but anyway. But they're naturally occurring fullerenes, but it's only in the elite, or in any quantity in the elite form of shungite, which is not the form that is being sold by, I just keep thinking of them as the 99 Unite people. So most shungite jewelry is made of type 2 shungite and does not contain fullerenes. Even if it was made from elite shungite, simply having it hanging around your neck will not have these effects. People who've studied it say that all living things have an energetic field, and found shungite can realign the chakras and optimize the vital field. See, so these ones are right into it, but it can't harmonize EMF radiation. And I've actually got a thing at the end, another lady who's right into crystals, who's going to show you it doesn't shield you all the way around for some meters around your shungite item. While it doesn't hurt, its best purpose is probably as part of your water filter. And as I said, I did go looking for the rat study, which is the only study I can find really. There is one about using shungite to try and block infrared and stuff like that. And apparently most studies have been on infrared, and I can't remember what the other one was. And they're all in Russian. So I guess I just haven't, there must be more of them out there. I just haven't found them. But they seem to all be to do with using them for water purification and things like that for the most part. I will link some bits and pieces down below for everyone later. Okay, so now we're going to hear them say, oh, they think we're cult leaders and this and that. Now, I don't think they're quite understanding the way cult leaders is being used. Basically, all they're saying is there are some really logically stretched ideas that are being adhered to like a religion, and you see it with all these people who are going out with their little script trying to run border patrols and trying to argue about wearing masks and things like this. But as I said, we will see some clips of Fanos after we've seen them express their surprise about being called for selling these rocks, of Fanos talking about the virus not existing and 5G being the root cause of the problems. And there's one actually I didn't get to add in because he only did it yesterday. We'll go and have a look and see if that one's still up too, because it was like pretty wow.
Sounds familiar. Susan Dalabasi.
That sounds familiar. No,
the
it
chick
does.
who wrote the other article about us?
Yeah, probably. No, we've come
Australian
across this name.
Crystals. Do a Google search on her name. Please do a Google search on her name. Please. Just...
Sorry, Susan Deli Basic. Yeah, we've come across this name before.
I'm telling you, it's her, bro.
It is.
Images.
Let's have a look. Yes, it is.
It is her.
Do you guys remember?
They love us, bro.
Do you guys remember Susan?
Hey, Nick. So this female that wrote this article about you, about what happened at the gym, she's the same snake that wrote the article about apparently that we're a cult and we sell crystals, and we're funding our movement by selling crystals. Cult like, and what
was that? They said that you sell crystals.
Yeah. So Raf's got these things called shungite, right? And they've actually got scientific proof behind the mineral that it actually absorbs electromagnetic frequencies. So Raf got it, and he asked if he could distribute it. I said, yeah, if you want, you can tell people about it. Why not? You can give it to like-minded people who want to buy it. Yeah. So Raf's got these things called shungite, right? And they've actually got scientific proof behind the mineral that it actually absorbs electromagnetic frequencies. So Raf got it, and he asked if he could distribute it. I said, yeah, if you want, you can tell people about it. Why not? You can give it to like-minded people who want to buy it. And they painted us like we're a cult, and now we're selling crystals because that's how we're funding what we're doing.
And the way they made it as well was hilarious, because they're like, oh, profiting from this pandemic. It's like,
yeah, I know.
The thing is, though, they have been from the start. There was... yeah, have a good sleep, Bruce. The whole 99% thing, Fanos was not straight up, and as far as I'm aware, the website still doesn't say that he's actually supporting the 99% is paying Fanos. Now, I don't know if they've ended up making any of the GoFundMe to pay the fines and fees, because there was a lot of, not a lot, but there were some people going, hang on, like people don't know about this. Now, when I first started posting, I was posting in the 99% group. And this is the thing. I've tried to approach the people that have featured in my recent videos in their comment sections and things, and they continue with the same lines without actually addressing comments that have been made to them. So, what else are you meant to do? So anyway, Fanos, initially, a lot of people in the group who were donating and knew that it was going to Fanos for his living expenses thought that he'd actually been sacked. And they didn't find out about that from me. They found out about that. There was when he did the 60 Minutes interview, and he made a comment in that, I believe was, or it might have been a video just before that. And there were people in the comments going, oh, I thought you were sacked, not you quit. And then on the YouTube channel, and when he's done interviews and things, again, it's, go to the page, you can donate if you want, support the 99% Unite. And again, it doesn't say that, and one would think this would be going straight to the fines and things. But as I said, initially they were going to set up a separate GoFundMe to try and pay people's fines. And here's another thing. If all these fines and things are illegal and whatnot, why are they paying these fines? But then again, Fanos himself said that all of the stuff that they were doing was actually going to get them charged, and they had every right to charge them. So, as someone said, they contradict themselves all the time.
I can't believe they said that too, bro. They said profiting from this pandemic.
So you're linking up now with this virus that 5G is the link to this one.
I'm saying that looking at the history of worldwide viruses, they're lining up with the times when they did their upgrades for some reason.
And there is serious, and I mean serious evidence to suggest that people are suffering from radiation sickness.
And you think that's because of the 4G towers, 5G towers?
I believe that ever since I've done my research now, I believe that we've been being affected by radio frequencies since the 1900s when the Spanish flu hit, right? Mm-hmm. I believe it's since back then that we've had things happening with our body. But I believe that the technology they're using now is so much more powerful with direct beam or the way the new towers work, that it's affecting people at a higher rate where symptoms are showing.
I don't believe this virus exists. It doesn't make sense. When I first started all this, I didn't think it was 5G at all. And then I was sent a glossary of videos from a friend of mine that showed how people were dying in China. They're dying on the street in plain clothes.
But how does that connect it to 5G?
How are they on the street if they've got a respiratory illness? How come they weren't in bed?
The fact that they're dying on the street, how does that prove it's the technology and not a disease?
It indicates more towards something else because of, listen, the way they're saying people are dying is they're saying that they get inflammation of the lungs to the point that they can't breathe and they die, right? It's meant to kill you slowly, right? You're not plain clothed when you're going to die. You're not going to be able to leave the house and go anywhere.
On one hand, you say coronavirus is not real. On the other hand,
I'm saying people are dying, but they're not dying from what people think they're dying of.
So they're dying from something to do with 5G.
I'm not saying it's something to do with 5G. I'm telling you that if I were to put my money on something, I'd believe it's got something to do with that technology.
Let's go with your theory. Have we got Australia? Is there 5G in Australia?
So they've just implemented it in Melbourne.
So
in Victoria, it's just been turned on, right? 60 locations.
So again, I'll use your argument then. Why don't we have people dying on the streets here?
Because it does take time for it to hit. You've got high dose and you've got low dose. You've got to ask yourself a question.
They must have decided not to hit Canberra with the high dose because we've had it for ages. People are indeed losing all logic. It's like, I mean, anyone who's listened to me knows that I think there are nefarious things going and corrupt things and negligent things going on out there at all levels. And I think that's kind of my point. It's happening at all levels. And unfortunately, it seems to have crept more and more into our side. You know, where has questioning things gone? Where has honestly presenting when we see mistakes presented by our own, or when we see misinformation presented by our own? As much as they talk about MSM, sensationalizing and fear mongering and things, our own side's doing the same thing. All you hear from our side is, "Oh, this is the end," and we know they want more control. Oh dear. Sorry, I may have to just play the video. We know they want more control, but what are we meant to do? I mean, we've got to keep pushing back, but I don't think running borders and I don't think harassing cops and Bunnings workers and things is achieving anything. Why aren't they directly challenging? Why aren't they putting all the money they're willing to pay in fines and things? Why isn't that going directly into challenging some of this? You know, or yeah, there's avenues that would get the rest of the public on board, and there's arguments that will get the rest of the public on board. And just disagreeing because a mask is a muzzle, or, you know, not being able to cross the border is a breach of my human rights. Well, you know, there's more nuance to the argument than that. Sorry about the dogs. I'm going to just play the video now. Comes after this bit. There's a lady who's going to demonstrate using the meters that the 5G EMF people love to buy, 2 very expensive ones, to demonstrate that Shungite does not work.
How do you chuck food in the microwave and cook it? It sends millimeter length waves into the food, makes the water molecules vibrate against each other and heat up the food.
Yep.
So this thing's believed to be way more powerful than that.
Explaining it like a microwave is so people who don't understand the technology, like me,
Yep.
I go, oh shit, yeah, that makes sense. It's like a microwave. A microwave, oh man, imagine I put my head in a microwave. Yeah, that makes sense that people are combusting on the streets, when in fact it doesn't really work like that.
Strange that I agree with Avi, but on that one I do. It's, yeah. And he's fear-mongering. Sorry, I'm going to have to leave this mic off for a while.
I love my crystals. I love my rose quartz for love and my citrine for abundance. I love the person who gave me this beautiful collection. And you know what? Crystals are awesome, but I do understand their limitations. And that's what I think is important to remember when you think of other stones and properties and EMF, or even protecting us from other things. Today we're going to demonstrate and talk about crystals, orgonite, shungite, and EMF protection. Now, I get so many people asking me, do crystals really help with the EMF radiation? Or they tell me that they bought a great big shungite pyramid and they're feeling so much better. Well, the interesting thing is, I don't really think it works. And there are videos on YouTube right now that show how a big chunk of shungite can actually block the EMF radiation. And so we're gonna demonstrate and duplicate that today and talk about really why these crystals and shungite and orgone energy really do not protect us from EMF radiation. So this is shungite. And this is actually, if you hashtag EMF protection, this person has just taken over the hashtag by posting thing after thing after thing made of shungite. And there's actually also a website that's supposed to know a lot about EMFs that has a video that shows somebody putting like just a little piece, this is shungite also, over a microwave oven, and how it completely stops the radiation. So we're going to duplicate that today, and I bet you know that we're going to find different results. And this is Amazon's #1 choice, or Amazon first choice for EMF protection. And this is a pendant that has orgone properties, and I can't speak to whether or not those orgone properties work, but I can show you how they do not protect you from EMF radiation. So here we have the new Safe and Sound meters, very sophisticated, very sensitive, picking up lots of radiation. We'll bring the shungite in front. We'll put the shungite all around. Look at this. Look at this. Are we seeing really any decrease? No. Do you see it move a little bit here? Well, that's just from, even my hands can move it, see?
So pretty much when I'm studying, I have the sphere right by my desk because it does cover some meters, like a few meters across.
Picking up lots of radiation. We'll bring the shungite in front. We'll put the shungite all around. Look at this. Look at this. Are we seeing really any decrease? No. Do you see it move a little bit here? Well, that's just from, even my hands can move it, see? It's my hands are interfering with the signal. Okay, and here's the tri-field meter. Super, ooh, look at it's pinging hard. Yeah, there's a lot of radiation that comes from the microwave. So let's put the shungite, look at, we're covering.
You can tell this lady's right into, you can tell this lady's right into her crystals and stopping EMF and everything herself. And I'm actually linking her channel because her channel's all about practical ways to all about practical ways to reduce your exposure to all these things around the home and in the office. So I look at both sides.
Bring the antenna. Is the Shungite working? No, because look, I can also cover it with my hands. Look at this. My hands actually affect it. Look, isn't that terrible? It really is just something coming in front of the antenna and blocking it. I don't think it has really anything to do with the Shungite. Let me turn that off. It's enough radiation. So as you could see, the meters measured the radiation. There's a lot of it high power density coming from the microwave. But I think we saw that the Shungite really wasn't doing anything more than my hand was doing by blocking the antenna. And if it does have anti-radiation properties, one thing is for sure, it's not attracting it, because we didn't see any difference with this meter with the Shungite present without the Shungite. I really think it's just common sense. How could a piece of stone attract the radiation and make it less for all of us? It really just doesn't work that way. I wish it did. And wanted to point out that this piece of Shungite is actually a cell phone holder. So let's get the measurements of a video playing through cellular data.
Or will you typically have your head just say overnight? Like I'll put mine next to my bed just because I usually have my phone next to me.
So let's get the measurements of a video playing through cellular data without the stand. Okay, we're peaking so far at 11,000. Now let's put it in the stand. See if, oh no, now we're peaking at 15. So you can see that because of the Shungite phone holder, that as we measure radiation, it's not getting any better. I wouldn't say it got worse, but it certainly didn't get better. No EMF protection. So don't waste your money on that or Amazon's #1 choice for EMF protection, which I said before is very misleading. It doesn't even say in its product description that it blocks radiation. It says it gives you a good energy. However, let's just see. Anything happening here? No, I don't see any discernible difference. Oh, and also don't fall for that trick where they put the device that they're measuring right on top of the meter, because I can affect the readings simply by using my hand. So people are talking about the biological effects of Shungite because it's true, but it's the same biological effect as carbon. It's fullerenes, and fullerenes is a type of carbon like diamonds and granite. And there's a study where they grind up Shungite and add carbon to it, and then they mix it with oil and they apply it to the skin of mice to see if it can fight ultraviolet exposure. And it does have some antioxidative qualities, which are slightly better than just plain olive oil, but it's not testing Shungite in the room or around your neck. If there was something that worked and it was this easy, of course, I think that Apple would give me one when I purchased a phone, because Apple...
Well, I don't know about that. They'd probably charge you extra. They'd probably say, now it's a known thing, you should be taking care to protect yourself, like bike helmets.
Wants me to be protected. Really, I don't think that the people who set out to create the technology knew that it was going to be this dangerous, but there are some things you can do to protect yourself from EMF. #1, don't use the microwave. Turn off your phone, put it on airplane, disable Wi-Fi and Bluetooth whenever you possibly can. Don't buy a powerful Wi-Fi. Turn the Wi-Fi off at night. These are all ways that we can decrease our radiation exposure levels, and I really hope that you'll try them. And one more way to think about this, if somebody said there were stones that could protect you from cigarette smoke, would you fill up the room with cigarette smoke and just depend on those stones, or would you get rid of the smoke? That's just how it is with EMF radiation. You can't see it, smell it, or touch it, but just like smoke emanating from a cigarette, it emanates from the antennas of all of our wireless devices. So for solutions and ideas that are scientifically proven to work, please visit techwellness.com. I'm August Bryce. Be well.
Yeah, so as I said, I deliberately used 2 sites that are right into trying to reduce all of that stuff and get more studies and things done on its impacts and whatnot, because they are sympathetic to the ideas expressed by people who are potentially buying that. But we'll have a quick look. I wish they'd stop that. I'm not going to be able to do this. We will wrap up soon, and I will have lots of links you can look at, including an Australian site you can buy stuff for about the same price as you'll get it off Fanos. They have a few other different things and a few different types of beads if you're into that. But it's really old rock. These guys are supposedly located in Russia, okay? But they make the exact same claims and more that you get from Fanos. EMF. So as you can see, they also claim that it will help protect you from EMF. But down here somewhere, here we go. Most of them go into a couple of different types of shungite. The Petrovsky shungite is the type 2 one, and most agree that the one that's, but some say it's like a midway type between type 2 and type 1. So, you know, I've been trying to pin down real information on it, but it's kind of a bit, it's a rare mineral. I guess there has only been so much done on it. But they all seem to agree on this Russian emperor part of the story, using it, I believe, to purify their water. And it's the one that the more science-based ones say doesn't do very much, and it doesn't seem to have the fluorines in it. So, and the elite can't actually be shaped, so no one's giving you the top one unless they're giving you rough stones. Oh yeah, people end up with black all over them from the grinding process and things like that. And I had a thought, the powder for the bath is probably just the what do you call it? I forget the proper term, but the scrap from the grinding and shaping processes and the water purifying chips. But anyway, I will leave those linked below. We might wrap this up shortly, try and keep it. I've got a couple of others I do want to do. I just can't believe some of the stuff that's going on at the moment, like the arrests and things. No, I don't agree with the arrests, but on the same token, like, seriously, what do these people think they're achieving? Like, honestly, what are you achieving with this action, the way you're going about it, and the facts and claims you're making as you go about it? How is that helping? How is that helping the freedom fight? And you can't see me doing air quotes, but I am. So anyway, I thought we'd finish up on something that I find vaguely amusing, which is Fanos and his televisions. And what I did is I just grabbed some clips out of his videos from after he smashed his television. I probably could have made this a bit shorter, but I was enjoying watching him smash the television a bit. So anyway, you'll get the point.
All right, so at 12 o'clock, I said I was going to make a mess. We were going to start our first message. Now, shout out goes to Chris for the amazing idea of how we could protest in our own homes and still make a statement. You see this thing here? This thing here is called a television. Television. This thing here has been telling us what to think, what to buy, what to eat, who we should vote for. This thing has been telling us what drugs we should put in our body, who we should believe. And now this thing has been terrorizing the world. In 5 months, it's this thing that put everyone in their homes. It's 5 months, it's this thing that got everyone to be living in fear. So we're going to take the power back. The media is only so strong as the people who watch it. So we're going to take away its advertising revenue. How we're going to do that? We're going to boycott any type of media, newspapers, any type of news on mainstream television, anything on Facebook. We no longer watch the media. We're sick of the lies. And as for the media, I've got a message for you. Here's my fucking message. No longer will we be programmed. No longer. No longer will we be programmed. And as for the media, I've got a message for you. Here's my fucking message. No longer will we be programmed. Because the media has something I don't have, and it's called the trust of the people. Oh, wrong way. Turn this around. Cool, let's have a listen, shall we? To what's up. Let's have a listen.
I'm just going to press play. Let's please share this, please.
26,491 deaths from coronavirus. I'm not asking you to look at this group and support what we're doing. I'm asking you to ask.
When someone tells me to stop digging, when someone tells me not to look somewhere, that's exactly where I want to look. Australia, the world, please wake up. Surely people aren't so ignorant. You got to watch this, right? I'm going to switch. You got to watch this, man. Oh my God. Let's just I'll just play this. Let's get this rocking and rolling now. From here.
Go and have a look at all this information. Get off your ass. Stop watching TV, because as you can see, I haven't turned mine on in fucking God knows how long. Get off your ass. Stop watching TV, because as you can see, I haven't turned mine on in fucking God knows how long. Right? Newspapers. Any type of news on mainstream television. Anything on Facebook. We no longer watch the media. We're sick of the lies. And as for the media, I've got a message for you. Here's my fucking message. No longer will we be programmed. No longer. Will we be programmed? And as for the media, I've got a message for you. Here's my fucking message. No longer will we be programmed.
Okay, I know that was a bit silly, but yeah, it was just something I found kind of amusing that like a week after he's supposedly smashed his television and never watching it again, he shows people his television. Okay. I could take you and show you Fanos's most recent rant. As I said, you know, the reason the mainstream is saying that this is some kind of profiting off the whole chaos of the times, or they called it profiting off the pandemic, is because you've got Fanos screaming about radiation and things, and then you've got Raphael selling you these things to protect you and make you well. So I totally understand where that perception has come from.
This new virus that's emerging in China that causes all of these symptoms, right? And it causes a low white blood cell count. Do you know what else causes a low white blood cell count? Radiation. Every single time one of these symptoms comes up for these new fucking viruses they talk about, it all goes back to something to do with radiation.
There we go. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what you all think about that, but I thought it was pretty darned. The whole thing is just, I don't know, funny and despairing at the same time. Let me just check any last comments. I will have to bring up to Timothy to read that, Jason. For the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lust shall they heap to themselves teachers, have itching ears. And they shall turn away their ears from the truth, and shall be turned onto fables. I might even put that in the description later. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you very much, guys. I'm going to do as I do. I'm going to play my intro for my outro. And I know my views have dropped off, and I can't even blame the algorithm for that. I realize I've upset a lot of people, but I started this channel bringing exactly what I see, and that's what I'm still doing. So, you know, can't do much more than that, can we? Thanks for listening.
Electromagnetic frequency protection. Pyramids that you can see right here, and spheres, and even bracelets.
And there is serious, and I mean serious evidence to suggest that people are suffering from radiation sickness.
Wherever you feel like you've got electronic Bluetooth devices, Wi-Fi devices, or even microwave.
I believe that we've been being affected by radio frequencies since the 1900s when the Spanish flu hit.
The 99% Unite group, I do have a special 10% off code for you.
People are dying, but they're not dying from what people think they're dying.
Because they've got like this elastic, so I don't think they would break at all. And if you can minimize, you know, the risk of EMFs, go treat yourself for being part of an awesome movement, and also to protect yourself. I see these as investments.